thoughts to one more teaching in Healing Aspirations. And the teaching this time is over the issue that we are gods and our great difficulty to be able to accept this truth and why it is and how does it get resolved. Jesus clearly states, doesn't your Lord tell you that you are gods? I can picture the people who were before him when he mentioned it. What was that, Jesus? I said, don't you know that you're gods? No. No, I don't. So hard to be able to realize. And he was taking it from Psalm 82, in which God reminds his gods, that's us, what are you doing? And he lists the way we are abusive. Well, we bring it back then to ourselves, and I'll ask you, do you believe that you're a God? Well, your first response might be, oh no, there's only one God. Yeah, but I didn't say, did you believe that you're the God? I said, do you believe you're a God? Small g if you wish, that's perfectly all right, or large G if you wish, because either one, the word is there and not the. But would you notice how quick your human mind would jump into the issue when I would ask you, do you know that you're a God? No. A denial of the truth, of the reality of who each one of us is. And we come into this world, gods, and when in this world we lose track of the fact that we're gods. Every and any person who comes into this world is both a combination of a divinity and of the human aspect. And we come into this world because, as Adam and Eve pointed out, we wanted to be the God. And in order to be the God, we had to deny the reality of who the God is. And we have very successfully put it out of our minds. And so we go about with God not being made aware of being distracted from it, that our life is not centered in godliness, in godly being. It is centered rather in our dealing with this world and trying to resolve the issues ourselves with our own inventions and our own inventiveness. And so we've made ourselves the God of this world. Why, after seeing the upsets and the distresses that are caused by this belief, the feeling of depression, a feeling of unworthiness, a feeling of lonesomeness, a feeling of fear, of seeing the destructiveness of our own nature as we turn on ourselves, believing that we're no good and we enter into depression, or that we look at others and feel threatened by them, that they are a threat to us, and we see a world of human beings destroying other human beings, or of God destroying other gods. And without any thought about this, they're the enemy. They're the ones who, if we can do away with them, we're the ones who are right, and we're the ones who must go forward. We're the ones who have to hit the top of the mountain. And we will do anything within our survival orientation to make sure that we will survive. And there's good reason for it, because in our wish to be gods, we have lost track of our eternal quality. And so we're threatened. It's crucial to be able to keep this human life alive no matter what. Don't let anybody do away with us, because there's no guarantee. We have no awareness of an afterlife, no awareness that there is a me beyond this body which sickens, dies, and that's the end of it, and then there's nothing more. We suffer with this kind of thing. And so when I say to you, would you like to be a God? There's a hesitancy about being it, despite the fact that there is such suffering. You just look around. Look at the cultures that we develop. Look at the work circumstances, that the unfairness of wages that we make the poor and the so-called middle class and the so-called wealthy. No sense of the fact that each one of us is a God, and one with each other and one with God. None whatsoever. Or look at our relationships with each other, how we look about for other people to make us feel good, because we don't feel good. And when we do that kind of a thing, we begin to enslave other people. You want them to make you feel good, and if they don't make you feel good, there's something wrong with them, and you resent it, and you attack them. Be it in personal lives of individuality, in marriage, whatever way you want to look upon it. There is the insistence, not that we make the other feel good, but rather that the other make us feel good because we don't feel good. That's the problem. We don't feel good. And so when I say, don't you know that you're a God, the first feeling that pops up is, I don't feel good. You don't even know that you don't feel good. It only sounds absurd to be able to believe that you're a God. It just doesn't cross your mind. And it will only be entertained. And maybe you're not even aware of it being entertained, but it will only be entertained when you have hit bottom. When you can't function in this world any longer. When everything that you are invested in to give you this artificial worth of the human being that the world offers, although it doesn't offer you love, can't feel it, doesn't offer you security, no way, not the way we build societies, despite all that stuff. And only at that point will we entertain the wish, the hope, the desperation that is there an answer to this? Is there an answer to it? And we can't find the answer because of our feeling of unworthiness, and we don't even know why we feel unworthy. We go to therapists, to people of the helping professions, to help us to feel good, and they don't have the answer either, because the only place where we feel good is in that other self, which is hooked to God, that divine self which God made to be one with God and one with each other in total love. But we don't feel it. And if we don't feel it, we're now desperate, we're now lonely, we're now unable to come up with answers and can't even look, because that human mind of ours insists in our unworthiness, and it makes us afraid of God. So the issue becomes, how in heaven's name are we going to resolve this? Well, we'll go into that in our next phase of this We Are Gods.